Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, spiritual awareness and development teacher. Also, angel, archangel, communicator as well, translator, and yeah, they keep coming through and calling it like translator. But also, yeah, they're wanting to do a little bit of it. So they're going to come through quite strongly today. I'm picking. They have been around me like really strongly lately, even more so than in the past. So really, really wanting to connect with people, with us human energies at the moment, to bring through messages to help us on our way. On our way in this lifetime. There's been a lot happening. They're telling me, Scorpio, with a lot of you Scorpions, a lot of changes with this new moon. We're also, I don't know, some of you might have Mercury, have something to do with Mercury as well. Because I'm like, some of you may have Gemini in either your moon or rising, or maybe Venus star sign. Yes, I mean star sign. Yeah, sign under there. So it may be so. Because I'm hearing Mercury, so you may be feeling. Some of you might be feeling a little bit. Because Mercury is like, for me, it's like there's all sorts of stuff comes up, but there's also, but on saying that, it helps us push through stuff and finalize things, and that's where I feel like they're going with you, and to get rid of stuff. So it brings up stuff, and it can sometimes feel like there's that feeling of you being held back. So for some of you, it's not for all of you, but there's some of you maybe feeling like that, but it's not. Just know that the angels are saying that. Just know that there is forward movement, even though it may not be. So some of you might be feeling like you're coming up against a brick wall, and it's like, bloody hell, it was hit one just this month, in October. So like, I'm recording this on the 29th, so it's Tuesday the 29th of October that I'm recording this. So we're just about going into, obviously November. So it's 11th, on the 11th month. So coming out of this October, you may have been feeling a little bit like things have just gone up and then splat. Not everything, but some things. And some of you might have actually, if some of you feel like you've had like just a clean run through, it's like, what the hell is everybody going on about? And that's really cool. But yours is coming up. No, not really. But just being up, being a little bit cheeky there is like, not So, but it's like, and that's what you might have been saying to others. It's like, okay, because I'm thinking, I don't really want to like saying that. But I'm saying that, but it's your turn is coming. And I just feel like, but on saying it's not, I don't feel like for some of you it's going to be quite deep. For some of you it's only going to go shallow. For others of you, it's just like there's a good portion of you where it's just like you're starting to roll with it. There's been a lot of acceptance and through letting go, and a lot of forgiveness within you about you and for others and situations or situations that have been in your life. So it's like that's why some of you have cruised. And when they're saying like there's that coming through, yours is coming. I do feel like there is still some stuff to be settled, but it's not to do. A lot of it's not to do with the stuff that you've just been like processing, or processed before and then had a smooth ride. So, but it's like, even like with me, I've done so much processing, in my life, but there are still things that, like every now and then, that will like spirit will end up like, someone will say something or do something, but it takes a lot now to like get a rack out of me. Before it was like that, and it's like, oh my god. But that's because of the space that I was in, this in the way I was with things that were going on in my life at that time. And but now I've learnt now, and I've that some of those were like behavioral things, and some of it was like there was anger, and there was grief from that, through grief and stuff that had happened in my life. So it's kind of like, but I've sussed that out. I've learnt to forgive the situation, and forgive myself for my part in it. So there's so much going on, and I feel like, that's just an example. But I feel like some of you some of you have done a really good, quite a good chunk of it, and others of you have still got a little bit to go. And then there's, the ones that have done like a massive, lot of work that you kept going into, like November. There's still some. There is, some to go, for everybody. But like I say, it's a lot of you, a good chunk of you that have had a reasonably balanced, month this month, and there's something coming in next month. But I do feel like it's not going to be like, you're at a different place now with your understanding of who you are. Okay, so there's about 3-4 different, variations there of where you are, where some of yous are with it. But all of yous, there's that clairsentient side, and these are the Archangel cards created by Doreen Virtue, co-created with Doreen Virtue. Clairsentient, and this is Archangel Raguel, or Raguel, however you like to pronounce it. I need my glasses, sorry. You think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. And see, this is what I was talking about. There's still some things, like for you, some of you who have, even though you've had a reasonably smooth ride this month, going into this next month is, like I said, there's still going to be stuff, but just really, you're at a point now, a lot of you, is that you're, where you kind of, you're not letting people poke the bear in you, as much as what you could have. And like with everybody, there's a certain amount of toleration that we all do have, but yours is not as thin as what it used to be, which is so cool, and it reminds me of myself. So, and how much growth you've been through, and that's what Spirit are wanting you to look at, is actually how far you've come to where you are now, and just into that, there's a lot more stillness in my heart with many things, is what they're saying to me. So for you, but also I'm saying that I'm actually a Gemini, so but my strongest sense is an empath, and so I may say like we, and so because I feel it like as if I was the whatever star sign that I'm reading, okay, working with. So, and that's kind of like the little introduction here in that sense. So I'm just going to stop there for a moment and step back and finish off what I started, and not just introducing myself and my name or what I do. But I'd just like to say that these reads, if they don't resonate with you, or if the session doesn't resonate with you, please don't try and make it fit. If it doesn't fit, then it doesn't fit. So there are other people out there that do this, the same sort of thing, that may have, that you may understand what they are talking about with what they're tuning in for Scorpio, okay? Well, it's coming to them about what Scorpios, or some of you may need to know. So, and the other thing is, if it does, awesome, that's wonderful. And if it does resonate, please give me a thumbs up, just so I know. And even if it doesn't, that's okay. But obviously, preferably, if it does resonate, give me a thumbs up, because then I just know, I'm always curious to see how it goes for people. And also, and or comment, either way. And also, if you subscribe to my channel, and there is, if it does resonate and you want to hear more of what I'm putting out, just subscribe, or and click the bell, and that will give you a notification of when I next post. So the other thing is, these reads are timeless, so it may resonate with you right now. It may be something that is, like ring true to you, or ring a bell from, in the recent past. It could be in the distant past. It might give you a little bit of confirmation about what is going on. So, and even though this is like forecast for November 2019, Scorpio, so I'm just having what do they say? Yeah, so even though this is forecast for, next month in November, it may it may last or be more near the end of the month and going into December that you may, it may more resonate with you. But some of you, I think, are, like right in it now as we're going, will totally understand, because in moving more into it as we go into November. So November is going to be a really big month for a lot more change and movement within your life. So also talking here about, the clairsentient side is like, you're getting, there are signs, you're getting messages, and so you may hear them, or you may hear them through thought, or you may hear them through, just the feeling, So it's not, for me, even though it's the clairsentience is really about the empathic side. So you may feel like, using your gut feeling, okay? But I do feel like sometimes I can hear like clairsentient, like clear messages, like clear audience. Okay, even though I'm saying clairsentient, I'm pointing to my ears. So there may be, some of you may be hearing it more audibly, on saying that. But most of us, clairsentient is about, like you'll feel it, you'll sense it, that draw me to the gut feeling, and like notice any feelings, that your intuition, that gut instinct brings you, okay, as to which direction you're going into. Because there's a lot of changes. They really this is kind of like a more of a healing month for a lot of yous, in transferring energy, transmutating energy, transferring energy. Wow, in a loving way. Okay. And, and what they're saying, what they mean by that is some of you, it will be relationships, and some of it will be like as in partners or new loves or new, new friendships even. As in, like, in the family, there's maybe, I'm sensing some of you that maybe have had a falling out with some family members, and it's like there's some sort of coming together or union together. So there's that, listening to that gut instinct about what is going on, and how you can like mend things, and there's a little bit more coming together in cohesion there, And I feel like some people have actually prayed for this, as I'm just noticing my hand, and as I was, waiting and connecting, waiting and connecting with the guides to come through. I actually had this crusader come through. And he is, like he's all dressed in his white, and he's, like they did back in the days, and cloak and things, and that red and a cross there. And I'm thinking, what really stuck out to me was the cross, and a lot of the Christ energy has been around me a lot, and and he was probably one of my first guides that I knew of, that came to me from many years ago when I first started, or even when I first really started to get into this. But I remember him being around when I was little, but I just didn't realise who he was. So he's come forth, and so some of you, I feel like, have been really praying for something to happen and come to fruition to bring people together. So it's almost like your prayers have been answered, is what they're saying. And not only for yous that have been, like for some of yous may not have been praying for that, but something coming and happening, and it's been all in divine timing. So I do feel like November is something either to like instigate the family reunion, or maybe the family reunion that's coming up. But really, I feel like that's a good month to like put it out there, and to people, and maybe start, planning it like for next year or whenever is suitable. For some of you, it's like there's a birthday coming, so it's maybe that November it will be a good time to like call have a family dinner. That would be way cool. So anyway, I've just been drawn to Archangel Raphael's cards, actually. So these are messages that that have come to me over the years, either for someone or for me personally, but most of these are for me personally, and when I've meditated, they've come through. So when I've been in either circles or groups, and I just said, you know what, you need to write these down. And so there may be something about that for you even as well. Write things down. Take notes. Take note of what is going on around you. That will help you to for direction in your path, because I do feel like some of you are moving. Okay, this one's falling out. Set some boundaries, okay? Some of you is maybe needing to set some boundaries, okay, that with people and with yourself as well. I feel like most of it is with yourself, which means like there may be people that can help deplete your energy. So when I say help deplete our energy, it's like we allow ourselves to buy in it. So that's our part of it, buying into the drama. And then, the other part is the other person's energy, that's sending, creating the drama. So, so set some boundaries for that. And it may be like, sometimes we need to say no, actually that doesn't suit me. This timing at the moment. Actually, that doesn't feel right. So I'm just going to I'll shuffle it again. Because I knew that. Okay, there it is. Some of you, okay. Old love, rekindle. Could be someone's rekindling an old love. Or someone's returning. But also I feel like there's, for some of you, it's not just about that. For some of you, yes, it definitely is. So you'll know who you are. I just feel like too, some of this is not necessarily about an old love like in a romantic way. It may be an old love in the sense that, like an old love of something that you used to do. Like maybe when you were younger, you loved doing pottery or art, because can see some of you is like doing the creative arts, like as in pottery. Some of you like art as in, murals or drawing or painting of some sort, and or sketching even. But it's something that, bringing that in as something that you used to love to do when you were younger, and you let it go, or maybe dancing or something. So it's like taking it back up again and because there's a passion in there, and then you have a different, it'd be amazing to see what comes out of it. Do your artwork now, whether it be dance, or like drawing or painting or pottery or of some sort, and see where that goes. But definitely, some of you, there is an old love that may be coming back into your life. So Spirit are just saying, for some of you, I'm feeling there's a little bit of nervousness, and for others of you, there's a little bit of, like the nervousness as an anxiety is like, what is this person like, how that's going to go. But that's like what they're saying is just don't buy into the drama. That's where the boundaries come in with your energy, and also your thoughts. Don't overthink it. Yeah. Oh gosh, and I forgot to say, by now most of you will have realised that I'm not a tarot reader, but I use a variety of different oracle cards. I don't know why I said a variety of different oracle cards. Obviously they're different. A variety of oracle cards. But there's something, oh my gosh, look at that one that's fallen out again as I'm looking at it, new love. So some of them use, there definitely is a new love coming in. Wow. But it could be a new love from the old love. Something for some of you is like triggered it, and like, because I'm just seeing like, there's maybe some of you that like met when you're very young, or really, and then it's come back. There's you have this lifetime apart, and then a new love's coming back in. So that would be right. So amazing. So, and some of you, it is actually a new love that's coming through into your life next month. Wow. Okay. Watch that space. And I feel like some of you is like, like new love rekindle, like with that. Some of you, there's a connection in there with that one. And then this one here is sometimes we have to let go, let people go, then each can grow. If you connect again, then it will be so. Okay, so there's that thing that's kind of like marries up with that, doesn't it? Really? So that's pretty interesting that those two fall out, all of them fall out. Cool. Now they're just drawing me two the unicorn cards and then a crystal card for you guys and girls. Okay. And then that will be it. So I'm just waiting for a card because the unicorns have been around. I have all sorts of different magical creatures been lately, paying me a visit in my sleep time. It's been really interesting. You may notice like this new moon may be like, you may be noticing that there's a lot of different energy around, and you may be feeling a little bit out of sorts as you're processing whatever's going on, and you might feel here, have some different thoughts popping in. So it's just allowing them to come out, figure it out, and ask yourself, where did that, say to that thought, where the hell did you come from? And because sometimes the random thoughts can pop into the mind, and you think, oh well, I thought I dealt with that stuff, but and you probably did, but not. There must be something that's coming in. So we're coming up for you, or why it's popped up, and also there's that thing about like really like looking at it, why. And then just ask the why. If you're not getting anything, just leave it. Because everything, don't sit there and stew about it, is what they're saying. It's just like, ask why is that coming around, coming back, or that thought, or, why is it there? Why does it mean, why it's come back? And all I can hear you say, why? Okay, that's what it is. So they just say, don't sit there and stew about it. Just, the answer will come. And usually when we're moving, so like for me, it's cleaning. When I'm cleaning, all sorts of things. That's how I process cleaning and or walking, going for walks. Answers come. So I just feel like there's no cards coming in. I'm just hearing now as I'm shuffling, there are, it's like things are changing. So it's about changing your energy as well. Some of you into knowing that, there is magic around. We've just got to some of us, sometimes we've got to make sure that what we're doing is in alignment with it. So if for instance, if you're not putting and making an effort to make things happen, or to go towards your dream, or, stick to your plan or whatever, then it's not going to happen. So once we start making the movement, it creates like just when you're writing down a goal, and then you're starting to break it down into steps, the magic, you can feel the energy now. I can feel the energy now just by saying that, starts to open up, because your mind's opening up, your energies, therefore your energy will start to expand, and then you start making the plans, and it's about how that can happen, and then taking action towards it. So call in the angels, because I can feel their energy around, and they're just bringing in lots of love and energy to help me move through that. Okay, so that's what really that was about, is like bringing this magic back into you. Okay, actually, it's gone really quiet now, and the energy has changed, and you may have felt it yourself. So I just feel like that may be the end of it for us for November. This message here, it's really all about like I say, listening to your gut instinct even more than what you have in this last month. Okay, and setting some boundaries with yourself, to do with others, and also around to do with others, because I just feel like my energy is it's really like quite calm. It's quite still and quite quiet. So next month is just like a chill out sort of an attitude or a feeling with a lot of yous. And for those of yous, it's just remember to take yourself to this place. Even if you have to come and, watch the end of this video just to feel the energy again, and call in the angels, call in Archangel Raguel, and also Archangel Michael, and also Archangel Raphael, to help you with some of this, this love stuff, whether it be new or old, or in processing that. Because some things, like I say, may you know, like for some of you, it could get a little bit rocky next month. Some of you, it's, you know, it's been reasonably okay, but you'll process it and you'll get through it. So it's just going through the motions and with yourself and being kind to yourself next month. It's going to be, yeah, so amazing. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Anyway, God bless you. And we'll catch you next month. Oh, I know I've already said that, haven't I, about subscribing and thumbs up. And if you're watching this on Facebook, yeah, please, yeah, either share it or just like it, or just leave a comment. And that, like I say, I'm really curious to see how it works out for people. Cool. And once again, bye bye for now.